So I think we're live. I'm waiting on a few people to pop in, guys. This is, what's that saying? Click here anytime to view the post on YouTube. Oh, okay. I'm trying to use Ecamm. So I'm waiting on a few people to pop in on the live chat so I can test this all out. Let me just see what that does there. If I click on that, oh, okay, I see. So it does go onto YouTube. Let me pause that. So I think we're live. Yeah, that came over. All right, so let me see. Anyway, I've got to give it a time for people to know that I'm actually here. So I've got a favourite comment already, or someone gave a thumbs up. This is the first time I've used Ecamm, so I want to see how the audio looks. Also, I want to check or how the video feed looks, and also how the audio and everything looks as well. This is the first time it's had a native version of the M1 version. Now I think I can click on here and then, oh, hang on, now I've got to go into, oh no, I think I'm on it. Let me just have a look here. I think I'll click there. Okay, there you go. So that brings up the comments. So can I then drag that around? Yes, I can. So I can put that there. So I've got some interesting things happening. I'm going to be back with Aaron tomorrow. So we're testing this to see if everything works okay before we go live tomorrow. We're going to be about 8 o'clock New York time tomorrow. So we're testing that. Audio is sounding crisp. Is it in sync, Langston? Just let me know. Because I'm just curious too. Hello from Long Island, Florio said. Because I've been thinking about going this way for a while. Just to see how this works as against using Wirecast. So this is my first broadcast with this. So I'm just checking it out. I did get a pro version of Ecamm live. So it is the pro version of this. So I'm just trying to see how it all works, because I'm sort of debating whether I keep going with Wirecast or moving over to this, because this seems like it's way more powerful. In the way that it works. So I particularly like the way we can bring the comments and everything up as well. We'll have to see how it goes with Aaron tomorrow though. Is my audio volume okay? I'll just check that too, just to see how it is. So I'm just curious to see if that's okay. When we pop on tomorrow with Aaron, I'll probably will have to adjust everything anyway, and just to sort of see how it all goes. But yeah, it's interesting to see how it all looks. It looks pretty good, actually. I mean, it seems like it's good. I can switch over to browsers too. So if I switch here, this will be my browser interface. You can see me on there at the moment. If I click on to Photography Videography School, just seeing if everything goes down. Yes, it does. So that looks like it's all working all right. I've got the guest plan for tomorrow, which is Aaron will be joining us live. So if you want to see what that looks like, let me just scroll back. Oh, that went really large then. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, that's the mouse. You got to be careful what you're on. When we go live tomorrow with Aaron, so this will be the setup. It's behind the photo again. We'll be back. It's our first one for quite a while, actually. So we're looking forward to getting back onto this. Let me just come back to the default scene. I've just got to work out too, because this has a preview mode now, and then I can switch on that, but I have to remember to change it in this preview mode each time. Let's go here. He's just saying hi to Langston. If you have any questions, guys, fire away. I'm just testing all this out just to want to see how it goes. Now, it's meant to, if I get a super chat, it's up to you guys. If I get a super chat, it's meant to show up at the top. And I think there's an animated graphic comes up. I think. If I've set this up right. Let me have a look. Well, what else is people saying? Greetings from New Jersey, trying to fool us with a new time and date. Yeah, this is just a test, George, just to see how this Ecamm works. It looks like it's really powerful, and you can even put green screens up and everything else. So I'm quite enjoying it, actually. It looks great, and the sound is good too, because I remember when I tried to use Ecamm on with the other version that I had, which was on my Mac Pro, it couldn't take the bandwidth. Now this looks like it's not stuttering, so I'm on the best quality that it can put out, I think, which is video. What are we on? Options. I'm on high quality video mode. I'm on also got high quality audio as well. So the stream size is on high. I'm not doing 4K though. It's just, I really probably should get a capture card to do something like that, but it probably could take it. I should do a test sometime and see, but look, I'm that old. Who wants to see me in 4K? Oh, I love it. Let me just keep coming down. Oh, so it does work. Ike just gave me a super chat, $4.99, so that works. Now, does the thing up the top change when it comes over? Yes, it did. It said PhotoMeX scrolling along the top as well. That's cool. Because sometimes I miss it. And this is what I like about this, that if that does happen, it will scroll across. Now, obviously, I can click down here as well to show that coming up as well. But at least now I won't miss a super chat because it does just bump up here to see how it goes. Let's have a look. Preview gets confusing. I know it's interesting because you have to remember to press the go live. Like if I click on the preview mode now, I have to, if I change something, like if I go to say the browser again, you won't see the browser now. Like I'm seeing it there, but I have to remember to press publish before it goes live. So that's the interesting about this. I mean, I think it's probably a good thing too because I can be organising things in the background before I actually publish it. So, I mean, that's quite nice to be able to do that. But you've got to remember to hit, see now I've switched the camera back to me, but you won't see it until I click on the publish button there. But it seems like it's really nice. You can just go back to live mode and then it will just automatically switch. No, it hasn't skipped a beat yet. Yeah, that's really good. Like I said before, it used to, but now the M1 version looks like it's going well. On Ecam, you'll love it. Yeah, trying it out, Mark. I have got the Pro version of Ecam, so just testing it out to see how it is. I've had it for a while, but I just haven't used it. It used to skip in my old computer, so I'm just testing this out to see if it works. And it looks like it's fine. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow when I go live with Aaron how it handles the two of us coming in through the different channels and stuff, like him coming from the US to here. The thing I like about this is your guests are really easy to add and things like that. So, it looks like it's really good. Langston says, yeah, it hasn't skipped yet at all. How old am I, David? Bloody old. I've got to remember, I can never remember, 61. So I'm an old fart. Langston said, it's funny that people drag Canon, yet Nikons are like all over history and my favourite TV shows. I just had a client contacting me for one-on-one training with Nikon as well. So I'm going to be doing that. I usually do my one-on-one trainings in July when things get quieter because he said testing the super chat Nikon rules. That's where he said. I got a little doing too. That was cute. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know. It was cute. It was quite funny actually. Langston's here. Oh, and there is a banner too at the top with the last, I've organised that too, which shows who the last super chat was. Command Enter will do the switching. I can do it actually from the Steam Deck that I've got here. See, I can just click down on my Steam Deck here and then I can just switch as well. So I don't even have to press quick keys. I was just forgetting I had it. And it's really good because the Ecamm deck, I don't know if I can hold it up high enough for you guys to see it. This Ecamm deck here, well, it shows in the pictures up the top up there, it actually shows the picture of the screen that's being used. So it's pretty good. And I can do all different things. Like I can change my scenes. I can also just go back and forward between scenes, pick a different camera, share the screen. I'm not sure what the I means. I can show high picture in picture and mute as well. What have we got? Mark said Command Enter will do that. Yep. Ike also said, bunch of losers if you ask me. Nikon are legendary, but people are mostly followers and do what they think will gain them acceptance by other people. all the camera brands really now are excellent, Ike, really. I mean, if you can't shoot good photos with any of the cameras that are out now, you're not a very good photographer. That's for sure. 60 is the new 40. Well, the funny thing is I still feel exactly the same, except I've got to go and have a skin cancer cut out tomorrow. See here? This is cancer here. So I've got to go and I'm not panicking, guys, because I've had one before. But it's got to be taken out tomorrow. So I'm going to have a big 9-centimetre cutout tomorrow. I should have gone to see a plastic surgeon perhaps, but I don't know. I'm just going to have to see how it goes. So they're going to cut this out tomorrow at 2:30. And then they'll send it off just to check that they've got it all. But he thinks he's going to have to then do another cut to go a little bit further. It's, what is it called? A squamous cell carcinoma. So I've had them before. As long as you get them early, you're fine. And I check this stuff all the time because my mother died of melanoma, skin cancer, so I always check. I've had this for a couple of weeks. I've tried to burn it off with a doctor, but I do always wear a hat, George, always. This is from when I was a young kid. The problem here in Australia is the sun is incredibly strong. And we have the highest rates of skin cancer in the world here. So this is all stuff. I used to be very, very fair, and I was walking around as a kid. No one worried about it in those days. We didn't worry about sunscreen, didn't worry about anything. And now basically I'm copying this because of, the youth that I had in the sun here. We always wear hats now. At school you have to wear hats, like kids have to wear hats, but we never worried about that, I used to get sunburnt and my nose would be blistering and everything else. So it's a real pain. So I'll probably be wearing a hat for a little bit, or I might just cover it up with a Band-Aid, I don't know, or something, because it's going to be a big cut, I think. So I'm not looking forward to getting that tomorrow, but I'd be glad to get it off. What else have we got? 60 and full of energy. Yep, I feel great. So hell, I might just super chat every live stream just to have my name come across the top because I'm petty like that. I love it. I feel my ATM Mini is getting like no use. Well, I'm using the ATM Mini now. I'm using it to switch. I've got another camera up here. This is the ZV-1. Let me just see if I can switch to that for a second. I don't know whether it's even... let me see if I can switch. Yeah, there you go. So that's using the ZV-1. And it's connected just via HDMI into my ATM Mini. So I'm just switching that way, which looks pretty good actually. It might be a little bit overexposed. I'll have to probably fix the exposure a little bit. But I can just use it that way. So if I wanted to, say, do demos and things like that, I can just press that on there as well. If you look down to, where are we? Let me go back to 2. Let me see if I can just adjust the exposure a little bit. You can see here too that I've got the Loop Deck here as well. Now this is the Steam Deck, like I said, I was using before. Now you can see, if you look through here, that you can see the pictures for the different scenes that are coming on this. So that's how I can change my different scenes. It's really cool. Like it's solo shots. There's nothing there at the moment because no one's on there, but it shows my default scene, which is what we're looking at now. You've got your browser. I've just called it browser because it switches over to the browser like that. If I switch back to here, it'll switch back onto there. If I go to desktop, it will show my whole desktop. If I go to one guest, it will bring what's up for Aaron and myself tomorrow, and I can also be solo, but Aaron's not there. I've got him a solo page down there as well. This is previous scene, next scene, pick your cameras. So I think I can choose cameras from here as well. I don't know, I've got to set that up, I think. Share screen, so I can share the screen from here. I think that's a timer, how long I've been on or something, I'm not sure. Show hide, so this will do picture in picture. So if we went back to here, oh no, if I go to there perhaps, if I click on that, it should hide that picture in picture. Yes, it does. See how the picture in picture hid? I can mute the audio. Yeah, it has muted. So that muted the audio. I can pause and I can finish the live stream as well. These are so cool. I love these things. I love this too. I mean, this is amazing, this Loop Deck. That's incredible for, say, editing in Final Cut and things like that. It's really good. So I've sort of got a great setup now. I really need to talk about this whole setup, really. Let me just see if I can go back to there and then click there. So I'm back again. So I'm using the ATM Mini all the time, Langston. I really like it. What else have we got? Yeah, I have always worn a hat, George. Well, I have for the last few years anyway. If it showed my comment as well as my name, boy, that would have the field day with that feature. You probably can set it up that way, Ike. I think you can also show comments directly and stuff too. That's crazy about the sun down there. I thought, well, yeah, it's bad here. That's for sure. Like I said, I know we have the highest rates of skin cancer in the world. So it's bad. Yeah, our sun is really strong. That's why you have to wear hats and sunscreen over here. I'll be all right, though. I'll have got it early enough, I'm hoping, so I'm not that stressed about it. So, well, what can you do anyway? There's not much you can do. I know there's two different types. Like there's a basal cell carcinoma, which is not too bad at all. The squamous cell, what I've got, I think, I won't know until they send it off properly, but that's what they think it is the worst one. Well, it's not as bad as a melanoma, but if you let it go, it can kill you. But if you get them early enough, they're usually totally curable. And they take a little bit more on the outside than what is there, just so they can get anything that's on the outside of it. So, last super chat, Phonomiac Organic. I mean, will you marry me? Now, I also see up there as well, when thumbs up go up, I see that as well. I wonder if you can get that to show like I've got. I'll have to play around with these to see what I can get. The other thing I like too about this as well is I can favourite a comment. I can search for comments. So say, for instance, I was doing something like an A9. I can then go through the live like I do with you, and then I can search for something that just says A9 and it will show up. So that's really good as well. So I like that. But I think this is a nicer solution than playing the chat on the left-hand side or the right-hand side like I always used to show it. So I think this is probably, going to be a pretty good solution, I think. Conrad's also saying hi all here as well. Mark said, very interesting how one can do the Sony cameras via USB-C into Ecamm Live, as I showed you on my live stream the other day. Yeah, I don't use USB-C. I just put them in HDMI. Just seems to work really well for me, so I'm just going to stay that way. Mark, how was the frame rate? Tried USB connection, but the frames per second was super low. George said, the product values are so much better, you're going to have to spend more time on makeup. Do you think I should be putting the powder on? Oh, I love it. Why would I ever touch this face? Like, let's be serious. I mean, look at it. Look at me. The production value, I think you were saying, George. But that was going into the Sony app. Okay, you were talking about that, yeah, too. Langston said, David, I can't switch 4K, so that's the downfall for me, and I've been using software that does all the switching inside the machine. Oh, why doesn't it switch 4K? Doesn't it take it through the ATM Mini? It might not. Yeah, you're probably right. I think when I did 4K, I actually put it in with the Elgato, the USB key thing that you plug in. I think I used that when I went directly into 4K. There's got to be some other solutions too out there that, I really would like, the ATM Mini. I know you can set it up, the newer ones, on a separate screen, but I think I'd like another solution that is better, that has the monitor built in. I like the look of the Blackmagic. What's the Blackmagic? What was it? Because it looked really good. New window. Blackmagic. You just can't get them. Is it the Blackmagic streaming thing or something? Blackmagic Design. I'm just trying to see what they call it. Is it on here? The web presenter. I like the look of this. Let me just show you this. Let me just come back to browser. And, now, okay, so I've got to change that. That's interesting. Let me just copy this for a minute. Copy. Let me just go add and then go here, paste. Yeah, I like the look of this one. This is the Blackmagic web presenter in HD. So this one looks great because you obviously you can see everything on the screen, but you do also get a monitor sort of display through here as well. So I've got to see, but I think this is only 1080p as well. I don't think it's 4K. Yeah, it's only 1080p. But that's enough for me. I'm happy. Like I said, who wants to see this head in 4K? But I do like the look of this device. I've tried everywhere to get it, but everywhere it's on back order. So I've got it, you know, like notifications if it comes up. But I love the look of this, you know, live streaming made easy the way it works. It looks terrific. So I may go like something like this in the future when it becomes readily available. But I'm still waiting at this stage, so... I'm also thinking seriously about starting a second channel. I really need a second channel that I can use for this sort of stuff where I'm showing how I stream. Also how, like, I'm mad into technology. Like, I'd love to be talking about the apps I use, reviewing technology type stuff. And I suppose the channel I'm on now probably doesn't fit because I think... because most of the people that follow me on here may not be gearheads, they might be more photographers. They may not like me putting on review of other things like hardware and talking about Mac applications and, you know, the M1. I'd love to talk about all of that. So I'm seriously thinking about starting a second channel. You know, do you think that's probably a good idea, guys? Rather than, say, sharing it on my, you know, photography channel where people just may not like it. I'd love to know your opinion about that because I was talking to Kerry about it yesterday when we were away down at Echuca where I did the live video from, and I thought it might be a good idea to start a second channel. What have you said there? Oh, you're saying about, yeah, can't switch to 4K. Mark said, Langston, no image, no issues, great frame rate, 1080p 30 frames. I think it was good to go. Used it through my last show. George said the production values are so much better now. I have to spend time in the makeup. I read that before. Yeah, the ATM Mini is only 1080. I think you're right. The higher ones probably are they 4K though, the other ones? USB-C allows two camera angles to be shown at the same time. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at it. I'm using the Elgato 4K USB. Yeah, that's what I use as well. So when I did do 4K, because I have done some, I did use that to stream in 4K. I just don't know how well it would be handled through the computer. I have to do a test and just to see how it actually works. Did anyone hear Jared Poland talk about the leaked specs of the A7 IV? I think that was a Easter, you know, the jokes for the April Fool's Day thing. I think that's what that was. One would... Ooh. Long Rider just chatted. Look at this. I love this coming up like that. Then I don't miss it. I reckon that's fantastic. You got a super chat from Long Rider. So it shows there... Can you see that blue coming up there as well that came up? This is great because I don't miss it anymore. Thank you so much, Long Rider. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Mark said one would be HDMI camera and the other via USB-C. If you've got the switcher, it doesn't really matter though, really, does it? Let me just put that on just because Long Rider gave that donation. Thanks, buddy. What else? I'm not one of those people who gets offended if a video isn't precisely on point with other videos, but all other creators I talk to say it's a good idea. Are you talking about, what, 4K, or you're shooting that way? I hope you're not talking about the video he posted on April the 1st. Yeah, I think he was. I don't think it was meant to be serious, that's for sure. What did George say? That live remote was fun, added a refreshing new dimension. Yeah, it was fun posting from there. I love it up at Echuca. It's great. It's just such a beautiful place. We had a ball. I'm lucky that my daughter owns a place up there, so we just go up there and just enjoy ourselves. Yes, you're right, Ike. Yeah, it was just an April Fool's thing, so don't believe that at all. That's for sure. Well, this looks like it's going really well. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. New York time, we'll be back with Aaron. So we'll be doing that photography show again. Hopefully now that we can add extra guests in and everything else, because I can have unlimited, I think, with the Ecamm Pro version that I've got. It'll be great if we can start to add guests in and do all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I want to talk to Aaron, just to give you a couple of stories we're going to talk about tomorrow. Is Aaron is going to discuss his switch really to the A7C. So he's going to discuss that with you all. I'm going to also discuss with you shooting with the A7S III. I'm not going to preempt it now, but boy, I can't put that camera down. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, as well as, you know, live Q&A and things like that. So stay tuned for that. It should be fun. No, I mean creating a separate channel. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do, Langston. I've already got a second channel. It's actually just called Osler Images. But I probably need to call it something more to do with tech. So Osler Images is not really going to be, I don't think it'll work. So I think I'll create a second channel, like I said, based on tech. And it will be all the things like how, you know, you can use the Mac software, all this sort of stuff that people may not be interested in on the photography channel, because you know, like I've done things with Photoshop and stuff like that before, and people, they don't just get the views. So what I think I will do is keep this channel like it is and run it exactly the same, and then start a second channel with me talking about all the gear that I have, and, you know, like how to stream, all that sort of stuff, talk about computers, talk about mobile phones, all this sort of stuff, which I love because I'm the biggest geek on earth, and I'd love to do that. And I've been sort of feel like I'm being held back because I don't want to do that to you guys who might just be interested in the photography side of things. So I'll still do the same amount of shows on this, but this will just be another channel that I can run on other days, or even on the same days at a different time. So yeah, I'll let you know when I do it, because I might start it fairly soon, and hopefully some of you will just pop over, because you know, you've got to get 100 people before you can even monetize it. So hopefully, you know, 100 of you will just switch over straight away. And then I can start that. But I'll keep you in tune and let you know when it's running. I'm hopefully going to start it late this week or early next week, because I'm really looking forward to doing it. I also get contacted by suppliers, and I always say, look, no, because it doesn't fit in. Like Belkin, I mean, contacted me and wanted me to do some reviews for them, but I had nowhere where it would fit in really with this channel. So, you know, hopefully I can then sort of do that stuff too. Add a new dimension here, that live stream. Let me come down here. Yes, you're right, Ike. Yeah, I got that. Let me come. Langston said, me either, David, loving the A7S III. Oh, no, I can't put it down, Langston. I really can't. Oh, you know, well, no, I'm not going to talk about it. Wait till tomorrow, because I'll have that to talk about with Aaron in full, and I'll probably show some images and stuff like that. So it should be a real fun live. Plus, I'm looking forward to getting, you know, back online with Aaron as well. Let me come back down here. Call it the Geek Channel. There probably is already, that's probably already been taken. How do you find out if your channel... See, it was easy for me last time because I just put in David Osler and then no one would have that because my name's unusual. I've got to work out how on earth... I think if you make a new channel, will it just tell you if there's another channel that has the same thing? Ike, you might know because you started one for your lives, didn't you? Do you just... See, it's been that long since I've made a new channel. Do you just search for it, and if it's available, it will say okay, or what? Let me know, Ike or Langston, because I'm curious. The Geek Channel would be great, but I guarantee it'll be gone. David's Geek Channel or something. Oh, it's worse. No, David, laugh out loud. What does that mean? What's that? Oh, is it 1,000? Oh, boy. Oh, going to take me, well, I'm hoping 1,000 of you will switch over. I have got 34,000 or something, so hopefully 1,000 of you will switch over straight away. So I might be pushing it for a few days, guys, trying to make you go over. Remember, if you, and 4,000 hours, oh, you serious? God, I'm going to have to do a few lives on there to get 1,000 hours up. I'll have to do a few lives, I think. That'll take a while. 1,000 hours will take a bit. Well, subscribers, hopefully a lot of you will switch over. I mean, it doesn't matter if you I've got an itch. It doesn't matter if you don't want to watch the stuff. At least if you help me with the 1,000 subscribers, that'd be terrific. I'll let you know anyway because I'll push it for a while. 1,000, boy. I'm about to make the big time. A dame on YouTube is going to use my bird pics. Wow. For a video on her bird channel. Yoo-hoo. You'll have to share us the link. 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. I wonder what my Osler Images has. I know it hasn't got that much, but it might have the watch hours. I'll have to check. Because you can rename your channel, can't you? You can actually, I could rename my Osler Images channel to something else, can I? I think that's what I can do. This Week in Geek, Delta Dave said. That's cool, isn't it? But I bet you that's gone as well. If you have any ideas, leave them down below because I'd love to try it. I think I can rename my Osler Images channel. I'm not sure how many view hours that has, but I have posted a few things on there, so it might help me because I've had that for a long time. It'd be interesting to see what that is. David Osler, I love Capture One and use it, but I've been checking out On One for the mobile app sync capability. I've got On One, Gene, but I don't use it. I love Capture One now so much. I think I'm going to be sticking with that for the foreseeable future. I really like the way it works. And I've been using it with Photo Mechanic. I do my initial cull in Photo Mechanic and all my keywording and things like that. So that's all done in Photo Mechanic. And then I go down and take them into Capture One. The beauty of doing it that way is Photo Mechanic is super quick and I can cull them really quickly. Like for instance, the wedding I did the other day, I had 1,000 images on the A7S III. I immediately cull that down to 600. So it saves me from having to put all those files on and then to delete them later on. So now I'm just putting the card in and I actually take it off the card and do it that way. And it's super fast. And then I just ingest I just take those images then into Capture One. It's great. I really like it actually. So I'm going to stick with that. I love the controls. I love the interface. It works great with that loop deck that I showed you earlier. Yeah, it's terrific. Mark said, yep, sucks, talking about subscribers. Yeah, I'm serious because slowly watching my ticker go up, Langston said. Does it show you your hours, Langston? How do you know how many hours you've got? Does it tell you that? I'll have to look at all this. Call it Under Tech. Ooh, or Tech Down Under. They're good too, Long Rider. Right, when we finish, can you write these down in the comments down below so I don't forget them? Put them in the comments down below because I might try all of them. But I'm sure that I can. I'm sure that I can scroll through and change the Osler Images things as well. Mark say Professor Geek. I love it. Just got pinged that that's your live. Yeah, it's an unplanned one. I just thought I'd pop in and try this Ecam live before we both go live on it tomorrow. Now, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to ask you when we come on with Aaron to balance the audio between the two of us. I did a test with Kerry in the room yesterday and the audio was all over the place, so it might take me a while to dial those in. But I think I'm loving this program. This is terrific. I seriously might let Wirecast go. It lets you track the progress towards getting your channel monetized. Oh, okay. So do you do that through your Creator Studio, or is that where you see that, or what? Is it in there? See, I've never worried about this sort of stuff because I've had a fair few subscribers for a long time. I don't even know how many subscribers I've got on Osler Images. I'll have to check that because I've got to see. This is David Osler, this channel, and then I've got my Osler Images channel as well. And that basically has just been ones that I've put a couple of wedding videos on that, you know, and stuff like that. So I've hardly used it, but it might have a few hours. It might be good if I use that. If I change the channel name, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to have to research how to do it. But if I change the channel name, does the subscribers, because I already have a few in there, not many, but there's a few, do the subscribers still count? And does the screen time still count, the watch hours? I'd just be curious to know. As well, because that'd be quite interesting too. Yeah, fire away if you have any questions, guys. Just curious to see how it works. Do you like this, me doing it this way where the questions appear on the screen? At least I then don't have to go back to the live chat as well and show that as a stream, because I'll already be posting the ones that sort of are relevant. Like I said, I can favorite things as well. So I can click on the star to favorite what I want to do and then come back to, you know, or if we're talking, like I said, like about the A9 or the A7S3, I can filter all the chat to A7S3. So it will sort of help with that when I'm going through questions with you guys live too as well. Just going over to that section there. So I'll end up, like I said, I'll end up setting this up. So, I got another donation. This is great because I just don't miss them. Or is that a like? I don't know what it is. Oh, no, that's a subscriber. Thank you so much. So that shows you too, the subscriber came up. Woohoo! Got another subscriber. That's great. Thank you so much. Welcome for joining us. The only thing was it didn't stay on long enough. I need to see if I can time that so it stays on a bit longer. Because that was someone subscribing then that you get that little notification too. So at the moment I've got the notifications showing with the donations, and then also the new subscribers come up as well. But you can set up other things too as well. This isn't through Ecam though. This is actually set up through something called Stream Elements or something. So I'm doing it through that. So it's interesting the way that works, but it looks like it's pretty good. And how's the quality? Is it still good? You just can't tell if you've got drop frames, can you, or not? I don't think so. I'm just checking processor. Let me see what's being used on here. So I'm using 29% of my memory, but I've got a whole stack of other apps open, like even Trend Antivirus and all that sort of stuff. The CPU usage is at the moment 30%. So I'm only using 30% CPU, and I'm using 29% of my memory. So that's pretty good. Very good. See, this was updated just the other day. This is why I jumped on it. I thought, well, they're the first ones to bring out native M1, the Apple M1 processor support. So it obviously is now running much faster because I used to have issues doing this. So it seems to be good. What else have we got? What's up? Checking from Houston. G'day, mate. How you going? Yes, it's good, he's saying. G'day, Greg. How you going? Greg, quality is good. Is it expensive? I think it's $500 a year, Greg. I've had it for a long time. So I'm grandfathered in, which is lucky, because I get it for, I think, $50 a year or something. I had, the reason why they did that for me is because I had Ecam from the day one it was released. And I never really used it that much. So I've had it since it first came out. Now they grandfathered us, the original people in it, that we didn't have to pay any more for our yearly subscription. So my yearly subscription is really low. Like I said, I think it's $50. Well, I think Australian, it's actually around $500 if you want to pay to get the yearly subscription. You don't have to do that though. There is a free version of this, so you can run this free, or you can get one that's not the pro or version or whatever, and then you save a lot doing it that way. You don't need to get a pro version of this. I'm just lucky, like I said, I was grandfathered in, so that was fantastic. They're great the way that they look after people that have already joined with them. Unlike a lot of other companies, they're terrific. Like I said, the way that they looked after me because I was with them from the start was amazing, and I'm certainly going to be switching over now full time. So it is expensive if you want the pro version, Greg, but it's not if you want the free versions or the lower versions. I think I can show you actually. Let me have a look. Let me just go to Ecam. ECA. I'm not sponsored by them, guys. Ecam. So I went to the wrong place. Oh yeah, Ecam Network. Let's see how much it is. Let me just switch you over. So I'll go to browser and we'll see the pricing. So there is a free trial. There you go. Try out all Ecamm's live standard and pro features for a full 14 days. Okay, so you only get 14 days of free. Then you can subscribe for $16 a month. If you buy it yearly, you save 20%. So it's $16 per month if you're doing it, and you get all of these things in. If you want to go for the pro version, it's $32 a month. This is USA dollars too. So yeah, I think it's 384 USA. So like I said, I think it was around near 500 Australian, or perhaps it was 50,000 Australian, knowing our dollar exchange rate. The difference is you get the Ecamm live interview, virtual webcams, 4K streaming, widget overlays that I'm showing you when I got those donations, and what's showing up the top there where it shows Long Rider gave me a donation, audio monitor output, automatic Facebook page cross-posting, real-time bandwidth stats. So how do you get that? I'll have to check how you get that, because it tells you. And then you also get VIP tech support. So you can do the free one for 14 days, and then you get the standard for $16 a month. If you want the pro, you get $32 a month. I mean, really, I think the standard's probably enough for most people. You get interviews with up to 5 Skype guests and stuff there. So the standard is probably ample for most people, and it's $192 US a year. You get it cheaper if you want to pay for it per year than that. So, yeah, it's great. I love it. Like I said, I'm grandfathered in on the pro version, which is fantastic. They've looked after us so much. But I love it. It's so good. Now, how do I check what the bandwidth is, the real-time stats? Window. What's Task Manager do? No, it's not that. Oh, hang on. That might be it. No, I think that's just bringing up Task Manager for what I'm using. Window. I'll have to look and see, because it's meant to tell you what the tab, what's that show? Nothing I can see. I'll have to go through the help and just see if I can get those real-time stats up. Blackmagic, that's history. Oh, hang on, I've gone back to Brave. Let me check here. Output. Just trying to see if I can see what the stats are. Quality size, show picture-in-picture, live demo mode, window. Show all utility windows. Yeah, it could be. Oh, bandwidth. Here we go. Bandwidth statistics. Ooh. Okay. So let me just scroll over. Let me go to full screen, because I should be able to show you here. Is that showing, or is it the other? What is showing there? Oh, it's there. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I think I have to change that differently. This is where I've got to learn how to use it. I've just got to see if I can grab it to show you. Let me go. Oh, yeah, I have to bring up another page, I think. Yep, I will. I'll tell you what it is, though. So the rolling bandwidth, it's saying at the moment I need 4.5 roughly megabits per second, and I'm getting I'm getting that throughput there already, so it's fine. I'm just seeing if it shows average required is 4.51, and I'm getting 4.51 through. So target data rate is 4.67. So basically I'm getting everything that I need with upload and download. This is good. So it gives you a graph. You can actually see a graph of showing how your bandwidth actually is. So it looks like it's really good. I'll have to, when I do another video, I might do a video showing how I use this program, and I'll work it all out so I can show you how it all works. I've got to work out how to share the desktop screens and all that sort of stuff. So that's good. So you can get your bandwidth. It shows you exactly what you're using. The on-screen comments makes it easy to follow the discussion. Yeah, I agree with you, George. It does, actually. 30% CPU means one core is using. Yes, I know, and we've got 8 cores on this machine. Yep. So it's really not using anything, Mark. That's exactly true. Delta Dave said, the easiest way to get watch hours is to do a retouching live stream. Yeah, I might have to do a couple of real big ones on there. Another photographer I know went through the same thing when YouTube changed its dollar policy. Oh, okay. I'll work it out anyway. I'll just do a couple of long live streams or something. Perhaps I could do a donation thing where, I could call it the A1 donation and go for 24 hours just to see, you know, like for a couple of days to see if I can get an A1 or something. It's not using GPU in the new Mac M1. No, I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like it needs to. I don't know. Well, let me just check, because does it have that? If I go to preferences, does it have anything about GPU? I'm just seeing if it has anything. Count, stream. It's just got, you just can select, use high quality. So you can select your stream size, the stream shape, the frame rate. I'm just on 25 frames per second because I'm PAL here. And you just have use high quality stream. I don't think there's anywhere where you can select to use the GPU. It obviously doesn't need it. It's probably just CPU intensive. Screen sharing, Facebook, LinkedIn. Nope. I don't think there's nowhere you can select it. I know Wirecast does, I think. I'm pretty sure, but this doesn't look like it needs it. It's just using CPU, which, remember, the M1 Macs are very, very powerful in single CPU, like as powerful as most things out there. So the CPU score is really good on these things. I seriously don't know what they have inside. You talking about the M1s or... Your audio is awesome. Still trying to get mine like that. Oh, thank you so much. I have got, like I said, I am actually streaming with this with the high audio settings. So I thought I'd try the high audio and also the high quality as well. So I'm doing both on high quality. I'm going to get David Osler on my LED wall one of these days for a live. Ooh, that'll be good. You'll have to photograph that, Langston. We'll show it. G'day, Michael. How are you? Good to see you on here. Yes, we are well. Hopefully everyone had a great Easter. The graphing is nice. Straight out YouTube doesn't provide much. They're just talking to each other. What's the CPU usage? Well, let me have a look. Let me go to here. Where are we? Let me see if I can find what it's saying. Memory CPU. Why isn't that even showing? No. What's that? Oh, hang on. Let me see if it shows you here. Scott showed me what the Wi-Fi connection is, not connected, processors. Oh, not that one. How do you check what the GPU usage is? I thought I could tell just from this, but it doesn't come up. What's that one? Let me check here. Oh, your GPU, it does. GPU primary... It says it's meant to tell you. Let me have a look. I'm just trying to see if I can find what the GPU usage is. Why doesn't it show it then? USB Thunderbolt processors, logic. Yeah, I don't think it shows you. It says it's meant to. No, that's networking. And then that's just opening up the preferences. GPU, app usage, processors show to 5. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's here. It's up the top. It's using 5%. Yeah, it's only using 5%, Lanston. So it's that's all it's using is 5% of the GPU. So it's nothing really. So it's not using the GPU at all. Yeah, which is, I suppose, is it doesn't need it obviously because it's just using the CPU in these machines. Let me come down here. My machine will be like 20% CPU but 70% GPU when streaming, for example. Yeah, well, this is using nothing. And like I said, the CPU is, at the moment, it's 28% is being used, which is nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's incredible when you think about it, like how good these machines are. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow when Aaron jumps on, though, to see how much it changes. Mark said, Ecam really give very little load on the Mac. I usually have 2 screens, websites, live stream editing, programs, etc., all running at the same time and no sweat. The Mac Mini does not even get hot. Well, the fan doesn't even turn on. It's right there, and it's dead silent. It's amazing, really, when you think about it. No biggie. I'm sure I can look it up. Yeah, it was 5%, so it wasn't really using anything. Thanks to color me impressed. I love it. Let me just quit this too so it gets out the way. Let me go back to there. What else have we got? Go get a Mac, Mark said. These new M1 Macs are incredible. But you know what? The A2 will probably come out, or the M2 will probably come out later this year, and I'll probably jump onto that. When it comes out, that'll be a beast. I'm doing live compositing of a 3D scene though. Yeah, well, that certainly will rev up the GPU, and you'd want that to be using GPU or it'd be very hard. Intel has nothing like the M1. What else? Live 3D scene plus 4 camera input streaming, so a little more load. Yeah, you might find, Langston, that you're better off to get, like one of the Blackmagic cards. They have the 4 input HDMI cards, and then stick it into an enclosure, one of the GPU enclosures. That's probably the way I'm eventually going to go, because I'd like to take the processing away of the cameras being processed. So I think I may just get the HDMI card. I'll show you which one it is. Let me just go back to Blackmagic. This is why I want to start a second channel, because this sort of stuff always interests me. But a lot of you guys probably won't be interested in it. Blackmagic Design. Let me just see if I can search for... does it have a search box? Oh, well, let me go here and see. I'll just do Blackmagic HDMI card. Yeah, it's these. Let me just bring one up. I'll show you the Australian ones anyway. Oh, hang on, it might be here. Let me have a look. Oh no, not there. Video capture card, Blackmagic, deck, quad link. It's probably this one. Yes, this is it. I'll show you. Let me just go back to the desktop browser. So it's this one here. So you get the 4 inputs. Now this does all of your processing. So the beauty of this is that this will do all of your processing from 4 cameras going in. The Christmas guy, Peter, he spoke to me about this because he uses this setup on his channel. Then all you need to buy is an enclosure. So you would just look for a closure. I think the Sonnet ones are really good. Well, what's that worth? It's $7.98 Australian, but I've seen it here for a little bit cheaper than that. But it'll probably be, it might be US, it'd be a lot cheaper than that, I would say. It's probably around about $500. Let me just look for Sonnet. I think it's spelt like that. Sonnet HD. Oh, hang on. What do you call them? Sonnet box. Breakaway box. Something like these are what you need. Let me just have a look. Let me open something up. You don't need one that dear though, but you can get something like these, where you can just put your card straight into it. So, you'd stick your card in like that into the actual unit itself, and then it will be put in. I think I could get a whole setup for around about, like, you don't need to pay that much because all you're going to have is the one card in it, but you need a decent power supply and stuff like that. So I think I can do it for around about $1,000 Australian. So you probably could get it for $700 USA. If you wanted to go that way. But I think that's probably the way I will go eventually, because then all of your processing is taken out. So all the processing is then done in that box, on that capture card. So, I think that's the way that if you're going to do really good streaming, that you'd want to run it that way. And then you could put 4K straight in. So all your cameras could be running you could have 4 4K cameras going in there, and your computer's not doing the processing. So that's the way that you'd want to do it, I think. It's quite funny entering a live stream halfway through after a bottle of wine. I have no idea what's going on, David. Yeah, Jamie, we're just doing a test because I'm going live with Aaron tomorrow and I wanted to do a test before we did it. I'm using new software called Ecam Live. So I wanted to test that as well. Langston said, nah, it's fine. The GPU is almost 6 years old. Oh, well, there you go. You can't complain about that then. What have we got here? Michael said, I'm off topic. Hey, David, would you say the RS2 is the best gimbal you've used? Yep, no doubt about it, Michael. But I do believe they're sending me a new Moser, the highest end one. So it's going to be interesting to see how that compares. Now, that I've paid for that one, so I love it. That is amazing, that gimbal. But I hopefully am getting this new Moser soon. And so when I get that, I'll be able to test it against that because I still have the Moser Air over here. It's back there. Let me just move out of the way so you can see it. I've probably got a hot ear nose at grabbing that. Let me go there. Oh, yeah, look at that. Well, I've got the Moser Air. I'm going to sell most of these. I mean, how many of these can I keep? The Moser Air over there is terrific, but the new RS2 is better. That's the best gimbal I've had for sure. I love the way it tracks, through the screen and everything. There's just nothing bad you can say about it, apart from it might be a little bit heavy. And I have the new handles and everything on that, so I've got full control from this handle as well. It's just so cool, this thing. So I can control it fully from here. There's a joystick on the back of this little thing as well. You had to pay for this extra though, but it is brilliant. You can do the tracking straight from here. So if you click onto the button on the front of this, it will track the subject. It's so cool. It really is. I love that gimbal. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so Michael, it's definitely the best I've ever had. What did Langston say? Well, you've got one too. You must love it as well, Michael. And I have been looking at the Decklink 4K cards. Yeah, like I said, if I did want to do some 4K stuff, I really want to get it out of the computer and not let the computer do the processing. G'day, Mario. How are you? What's the Windows alternative of Ecam? Don't know. I know Wirecast will do Windows and Mac. That's not cheap either, though. It's reasonably expensive. You can do stuff online, though, if you wanted to go that way, like StreamYard. You can go that way. And then it doesn't matter what platform you're on because it will work in Mac and on PC as well. I think Ecam is only Mac, though. I just managed to stop myself buying one. Here comes Michael Maestro. You're talking about this gimbal. Honestly, it is amazing, Langston. It really is. It's just such a beautiful gimbal to use. Me in the mirror. Langston, you only have 2 hands. You don't need 3 gimbals. Michael's just laughing at that. I don't really need the gimbal right now to stream 4K, but each to their own. 4K video uploads is understandable, but not for live shows. He's saying, you don't really need it to stream 4K at this stage. Well, that's why I'm doing 1080 at this stage on here, but people may eventually require it. So I'm probably going to go that way and get one, I think. What else have we got? The Jaded Filmmaker's here. G'day, buddy. How are you? Another fellow Aussie. But what camera lens are you using on this? I'm using the A6400 and I'm using the Sigma 16mm. And I've also got the Freewell diffusion filter on it because it's so sharp that I don't want to have every single wrinkle showing. So I've got that on there now. It's the Glow Mist one, or the misty filter. So I've got there, so I get that lovely misty look. Otherwise, it was just too sharp. But this A6400 is brilliant for this type of thing. It's great. It's got the tracking around my face. The eye tracking works. And I've got a small monitor that, well, it's not small actually. I've got a Freeworld, the 4K Ultra Bright monitor up there as well because that's got your scopes on there. I'll have to end up showing all this sort of live as well. I want to do a complete setup to show how it all works. But I've got that there as well. So because this is pretty good though, because you can fold the screen up. I love the way that works anyway. I can check that it's right. But I put the free world monitor there because I love to use the, you know, the scopes to sort of get my exposure correct and everything else. And it's good too when I go overhead because I can see everything through there too, which is terrific. But the A6400 is great for this, and the 16mm is terrific. It's such a beautiful lens. Mark Voss, I didn't particularly care about it before, but since I got the A7S III and my internet speed has been upgraded, so was kind of why not? Yeah, well, I have gigabit NBN. So I do have a very, very fast NBN, so I probably could stream like really good with that now. That may be another reason too why everything is running so low at the moment too, because and the screen is pitch is so good because of I've got gigabit Ethernet here, so I could stream 4K. I could stream 8K actually. So I am, like I said, eventually I will go 8K, 4K just because it's probably going to be demanded. But I will do that in a box, not in the computer itself. Speaking of gimbals starting to look like the zoo. I know, I've got so many of them. I know. Like I am going to sell some. How many gimbals do you own? Okay, I'll count them. Hang on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I've got about 3 in there. I've got about probably 15 gimbals. I really should sell. I don't know why I haven't sold them. I really should be selling them because look, I have bought some of those, but a lot of them have been sent to me for reviews, and I love it. What I can do is if I can sell the stuff, then I can buy more things that I can review for you guys. So it's you know, it's probably about time that I did start getting rid of a lot of the stuff I've got. I've got so much stuff, really, I should start to sell it. Sony AF, yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, Michael has exactly the same setup in the gimbal too. It's brilliant. It is so good to use. And it just feels nice. I like the way I can just stand it down like this and it'll sit perfectly still. I did buy a spare battery for it. I had to wait for ages to get the spare battery. It's just the handle that you see underneath here. So I bought a spare one of those, even though it lasts about 12 hours. I was always paranoid if I'm charging my camera up or whatever, if I wanted to leave it running, that I'd run out of battery. So I bought a second battery for it as well, and it's, you know, it's really good. I love it. I'll be keeping that for a long, long time. I'll probably have to because it was expensive. You know, it wasn't cheap because I did pay for that one. What did Michael say there? He said, yeah, I have the same setup. Love it. I was just wondering what you think. Yeah, it's great. I should review it, actually, Michael. I really should. George said, forget the geek channel. Go with the gimbal channel. Oh, I love it. I think I just got a thumbs down then. It showed me the thumbs down. What are these people going to do when they ban the thumbs down? Because apparently they're going to ban thumbs down shortly. It's going to be interesting. They'll be so dirty. It's going to be hilarious. What else? Yeah, but remember too, guys, if you can think of a name, a good name for a geeky type channel, leave it down below in the comments because I'd love to. I'm going to change it shortly. 4K will be the future, but when I look at Facebook, they barely allow 720p. I don't really live stream to Facebook, Mark. I mean, I could. I've got, 8,000 subscribers now or followers in my YouTube channel, so it's really quite big now, and it's growing very fast. I probably should do more to there. I mean, I can now, I suppose, stream on this and also on there, but I share this live on the Photography Videography School, so it goes in there anyway, and everyone comes over, so... let me just have a look. Brent said, looks great. Thanks, Brett. Run the scissors. Just got my DJI RS2 gimbal. I know you're going to love it. They're such good gimbals. They really are. And the way you can use it with your phone, the tracking is awesome. It's so good. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out Facebook video limitations myself. Yeah, I think they only allow 720p. That's the maximum that they will allow through Facebook, so it's pretty ordinary, really. You look like you know a thing or two about fried chicken. I love it. Thank you for that. Oh, God. I wonder how you can... Ah, you can ban them there too. I'm not going to ban that because I think that's quite funny, but I've just noticed too there's a ban link under there. I love it though. That's a crack up. Images by said, wow. I'm not sure what it was wow about. I would sell one of mine, but it costs too much to ship. I know that's half of the problem. I have to try and meet people or something. So I have a question for you. Ooh, okay. I have the A7 III and I want a new camera. Should I wait for the A7 IV or buy one that's out now? It just depends how soon you need a new camera. The A7 IV, I'm tipping, probably will be announced around September and they'll release it probably October, November. So if you can wait that long, it would be a good idea to wait. If you can't, obviously get one now. Like if you need one now, you need one, and you can always be waiting for another camera release. So I probably would, if you need one right now, get something right now. If not, wait, because yeah, there will be an A7 IV release and I think it's going to be incredible. I really do believe that. A gimbal geek, I love it. Rumble Scissors said, it's the Terminator, tricks your every move. What is the time? Anyway, it's nearly 3 o'clock. How long have I been on? Does that tell me? Yeah, it's 43. Is that 43 minutes? So is that telling me the time I've been on? I think it does. Or is that people live? Oh, no, that's how many people are watching. Oh, that's cool. So that tells me on that Steam Deck, let me just show you this. Let me switch cameras again. On here, I was wondering what that was. So that there tells you how many people are on the live show at the moment. So it's saying 44 are now currently watching me. That's good. Didn't even know that's what it did. Well, there you go. It's great too because that Steam Deck is tied directly into Ecamm. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. Oh, let me go back here. Where are we? Yep. Now, 3 people convinced me to buy that damn gimbal. But I kind of need it this weekend trying to shoot a basketball. Yeah, you'd love it, Langston. It's so worth the money, honestly. Like I said, I've had that many gimbals, but that one is a definite standout for me. I mean, look, I still even love the Firetech. They send me the stuff, and I do love them. I did buy one of the original ones, but I love those gimbals as well if you want to travel really light. But if you want to put anything that's a decent type of weight on them, you can't beat this one. It is so good. I mean, the Moser Air is also really nice as well. Like, I mean, that takes a hell of a lot of weight, and until I got this one, that was my favourite gimbal. It's going to be interesting to see what the new Moser one's like. I mean, that might be comparable. So it's going to be interesting to see how it is. Osler Times. Jeffrey said, g'day, David. When are you coming back to Brisbane? I'm not sure, actually. Hopefully soon. I am coming to Sydney on the 24th, though. 24th and 25th. So I'm hopefully going to have a meetup on the Sunday on the 25th. So if you are in Sydney, it'd be great if we could all catch up. So I'll let you know more about that in the coming days because it's getting closer now. I love that. Runs with Scissors says, bye at Langston. I know I will be coming back to Brisbane though. Dollars. Yep, nothing's cheap in photography, is it? Langston said, all right, have a good night, everyone. I'm off to go help someone with their live. Thanks for joining us, Langston. Hopefully we can see you tomorrow for Aaron's show with me. That's some serious stream gear. Yeah, it is actually. It's good. It's terrific. I've got a really good setup though. I mean, I've got the Rodecaster Pro here. Then I've also got the ATM Mini. I've got the Steam Deck and also the Loop Deck. As well, so I've got a really nice setup that's coming through this. My setup is actually terrific. It's great. Like I said, I'll do a video on it soon, but I might save that for the other channel that I'm going to start up because I think that's probably the way that I'll do it. All right, guys. Well, we might call that a night for you guys in the US and everywhere else. I might go and see if I can have a bit of a play around with this thing for tomorrow to get it ready for when Aaron's here. But it looks like it's all working terrific. At the moment. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can think of a name for like this geeky channel that I want to run, leave that down below because I'd really appreciate that. And I've got to work out how I can rename my Osler Images channel to that. So if you do know how to do it, leave me a comment down below or something and let me know how you do change the channel name because I've never done that either. So apart from that, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Let me see if I can change this to the ending show. You ready? Let's see if it works. See you soon.